Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Almirall Markets webinar. My name is Nenad, and today we will see another session recap. I hope that you're actually enjoying the volatility, and I hope that we will actually see some nice pips from today's session. So before I start, as always, a risk disclaimer first: CFD and Forex trading are leveraged products and can result in losses that exceed your deposits. Okay, this is not suitable for everyone, and have in mind that the presentation and the video reflects my own opinion and it's solely my analysis. Okay, please read the full risk disclosure on this web address. Also, have in mind that all trading that you do should be conducted with, well, the risk that you actually want to put. A lot of traders ask me, Nenad, what is recommended risk that you use? And I always say it's in between 0.5 and, well, 1.5 to 2% per position. Don't try to get above 5% per trading day. Okay, we trade with Almirall Markets due to many reasons: the great safety of the account, excellent leverage, excellent platforms, and the STP order execution. Patience is the key to trading success. Okay, always be patient, be careful, do not rush in trades. And also, give price a breathing room. Okay, you can enter within 15 pips of the predicted level if it's in agreement with your system. We call it POC or buffer zone. Use scaling in if you wish, but don't forget that you do your own trade and money management. Also respect your stop loss. Add a spread to your stop loss, because even if you trade via ECN account, okay, add 2 to 5 pip spread, depending on pair traded. Also have in mind that we take only one position per listed pair. Okay, so it means that you can take either alternative or breakout or positional trade. But if you see that I made, let's say, a breakout trade, you can actually enter that breakout trade. The only thing is positional trades are trend trades, alternative trades are counter trend trades. So we take either positional trade or alternative trade. Okay. Depending on time and volatility, we use profit stops. Okay, always use profit stops. And because this is mostly intraday to intra-week trading, it's of utmost importance, guys, that you try to secure your positions. You cannot secure your position by over-leveraging your account or by letting it indefinitely run. Sometimes you need to make the decision to protect your profits. Because you see what happened today. For example, I was long dollar yen. I closed dollar yen for 15 pips. Although the dollar yen was bullish, the pound news that basically ministers, UK and European ministers, didn't find a deal. They haven't found a deal yet. So basically dropped pound yen, and conversely dollar yen, because of correlation, also dropped with the pound yen. And even though, let's say, the dollar yen was bullish all day, some intraday news can reverse the price. So that is why I always say it's very important, guys, because you're trading on intraday time frames. It's very important that you protect your trades. 15, 20, 25 pips. If you see that the market is not moving anywhere, just take it. And always try to aim for the ATR. So let's say if market is trending, try to get 50, 60% of ATR. If it's in extreme trend, then you can go for 90. But if the market is ranging, 20% of its ATR is also good. Depending on time and volatility, so always use profit stops. Just watch the price. If you go to sleep and you leave your trade running, also, guys, make, I don't know, scale out, make your trade like another, there should be another possibility that your trade will actually end up in profits. So do not try to go to sleep without protecting your trade. So, you know, it's like scaling out, putting your stop to break even, or taking whole profits. Sometimes it works the best. Pay attention to my Twitter updates, because whenever I do a Twitter update, you will be notified and you will see that I made the analysis. Scalp trade should be done at or very close to important support resistance levels. All these levels are calculated by historical levels and Camarilla. Add these levels to your system. Those are strong levels. And pay attention to trends, so you might find other trend-based entries. The term pips pool is the maximum available number of pips we could have made on recap entries. And usually, pips pool is huge, but very often, as I say, we need to protect the price, so we cannot take the whole pips pool, but sometimes, well, we can even go for it if we see that there is really a huge, a big trend, we can go for it. Why not? Okay, now, what is also important to say is that past week results showed mixed results, basically. So we had a mixed bag in results. For example, euro dollar was either good for 20 or minus 35 pips. Pound dollar was either plus 40 or minus 40. Australian dollar was good. Dollar CAD was good. Dollar CAD was basically the trade of the week. Pound yen also was something in between. So total pips pool was in between 25 and 165. It's not that great, but still it's good considering that market was mostly ranging and also volatility was big at the end of the week. But still, if you followed my analysis that I do, or let's say if you also trade with me on Telegram, well, on Telegram we made more than 120 pips on last few days of the previous week. So, you know, there is always some good setups that we can make. And always, of course, pay attention to the analytical section. And for example, here on our Admin Markets website, a lot of good setups, and just follow this. And you can also read between the lines, because POC zones are zones where we place entries. So a lot of setups from our Admin Market webinars, analysis, and Telegram that we do. So let's say now I will show you results. So this was euro dollar. Euro dollar was pretty much ranging. It was not that good for trading, but still some pips could have been made. Okay, you see here, euro dollar, this is the time of webinar, this vertical line. Then the price dropped here, okay, and then it spiked again. So it's like, it was like 20 pips here, possible 20 pips. So guys, when you see that, as I always say, when you see the double top has been formed, a double bottom, protect your profits. So even in a ranging day, this could have been good because it was double top. Pound dollar also, the only possible way to make pips was in the POC zone here, because when and pound is volatile now, guys. You need to watch the pound. There is a lot of volatility in the pound as of now, because, you know, news coming each day. Now it's like Brexit negotiations, and everything can basically go up and down. So you really need to be very careful. Pound dollar rejected straight from the 33.10. It was like POC zone. It was very close to the POC zone actually, because we had 15 pip buffer to the POC zone. So we had like 39.10. So it was like 90. So it was like 33.05. The price went there, it went up. Then it hit again the same level, then it went up. So if you were long, well, you could have made some pips. If not, there was a drop caused again by news, but you see what happened after the drop. That is why I'm saying it's very, very important, guys, that you protect your profits during the day. Australian dollar, okay, we had a buy and sell position. The first entry, of course, that we traded is our buy entry here. Buy entry initiated here. Price went here. So this was a profitable trade. Dollar CAD also, we had a also buy and sell as always. And buy position was 27.10, okay, and sell position was 28.60. Sell position was initiated here, and this was profits also here. So you will usually have 1 or 2 chances to trade the price before it proceeds or reverse. Carmen is asking, can anyone join the Telegram group? Sure, Carmen. Please send me the email. And I will explain how. So just send me an email. We trade, also post, both Chris and I post also live setups, live trading. Of course, just send us an email and yeah, we will explain. I will reply questions, Naveen, and guys, I will reply. Just give me a few minutes. I will show you setups, then I will get back to questions. And finally, pound yen. Pound yen was in downtrend. But you know, guys, usually when price reverses, that is the time when we will lose a trade. When price reverses, it usually means either if we protected the profit, then we will probably end up in profit. But if we don't protect profits, then we will end up in a loss. Those reversals are transition periods, and those transition periods can usually make us lose. On this example, we could basically see a sell trade that was initiated here. So initially it was good. Now, if you protected your profits here, you would have been good for some 25, 30 pips maximum. But then price proceeded, retested, and made a continuation move. Okay, so this is important to notice. Okay, so usually during those reversal periods, we can lose. But guys, you know, I cannot know whether the price will actually, I mean, you see where we sold the price. Price reversed here, and we sold it exactly at the same spot. So I didn't try to short it here. I didn't try to short it there. It was great spot to short the price from. But sometimes its momentum is huge, especially because of equities and all this UK, European Union negotiations. So pound is a bit volatile. Guys, all questions regarding Telegram, please send me an email. Okay, my email is tarantulafx@gmail.com. Okay. And yes, guys, I mean, a lot of questions regarding trading. Indeed, guys, we trade with Admiral Markets. We use Admiral Markets platform, and we also give entry position, stop loss, and target price. And we also manage the trade. Let's say if we open a trade, we say, I protected a trade there. We advise to protect your trade. We advise to scale out. So complete trade management. So guys, that is what I also do on Telegram. And this is here also explained. So Telegram is like 5 days per week. And this is daily trading webinar and also Wednesday trading webinar. So you're basically covered for the whole week. Okay, let's get back. So this was the result. As I say, a little bit of mixed results, but you know, some things, some trade setups, you need to decide by yourself. I cannot babysit your trade, right? For example, I did dollar-yen trade today, and I took 15 pips. Maybe some traders would object. Why, Nenad, only 15 pips? Because I thought that price might drop, not because of GBP, yen correlation, but because, you know, when price hits resistance a couple of times and I see when it cannot break it, I usually protect my profits. I mean, you know, I trade intraday and I'm pretty much versed into intraday trading, so that is why I say protect your profits 20, 30 pips, scale out, scale in, and such, you know. But these guys, these setups that I post here, you really need to manage your trades yourselves. And this is it. Now let's get back to my setups for this week, and then I will actually reply, guys, to all of your questions. So this is euro dollar. Euro dollar is, as you can see, euro dollar is a bit bearish now, but I also think that if it goes more to the downside, we could possibly see a rejection. Also, I was telling my Telegram group today that I would sell euro dollar up there. Now, I didn't see that gap was closed. We still see the gap, but again, guys, this gap that we see it's a retail gap. So markets were pretty much responding to tax cut proposal. I already covered the analysis of euro dollar today. Maybe you traded euro dollar today also, but have in mind that it was a bit like 20-30 pip drop and then consolidation. So it was due to the biggest tax overhaul since the 1980s. And the US Senate basically caused the dollar to spike yesterday. So we really needed to be very, very careful. And I hope that you actually, if you traded dollar yen, well, guys, I don't know, I traded it on Friday, and you remember we took like 50 pips on Friday, and then it dropped suddenly just to be bought again on Sunday. I hope that you protected your trade. Now, let me show you the euro dollar. Euro dollar is still bearish, okay? Euro dollar is basically on 4-hour time frame. This could have been like scalp swing trade today, because we did the analysis from 4-hour time frame. It was bearish. Then when we moved on 1-hour time frame, it was still dropping, but it was retracing. And the few entries were made on euro dollar, but I didn't trade it personally. But here, a lot of these scalp swing rejections, and basically it was like maybe Camarilla MACD traders took some of it. I didn't, but I still think that we could see another drop, because guys, these are all 15-minute trades. Now, what about 1 hour? 1 hour still needs to retrace, right? Where it should retrace towards this zone here. So we should see probable rejection on the gap close, because market is still bearish. I measure whether the market is bullish or bearish. I can do it on my own, but I also use this MACD indicator, and MACD is used also to measure whether the market is bullish or bearish, and whether it will retrace or it will start with a continuation move. So it's very important, and it's a huge importance, guys, that you understand the concept of a trend, because concept of trend is very, very important. If you don't know what a trend is, and if you're not sure what a trend is, then it will be very, very hard for you to actually manage those trades on your own. I can say that usually when we see a big trend, then we can have some nice rejections and nice trades. But if the trend is not that big, if the trend is a bit sluggish, then guys, you need to be ready for some, well, maybe lower targets. It's always like that. You need to lower your targets, because you will probably will not see a big drop. So always pay attention to that. Now, currently at this time, we don't see big price movements, But the only way I can trade euro dollar, because these 15-minute trades already happened. Because of that, guys, the only thing that I can trade it is from 1 hour time frame. Okay, sometimes if you miss your trades, you need to really wait for other setups to show. And this is 1 hour trade. So that is why I'm aiming for this. If it happens, great. I will be trading that. If not, well, guys, what can I do? I mean, you know, I can do nothing about it. So simply we need to be patient. And if we are patient enough, we should maybe get into some trades. If not, well, you know, you should not grieve. Always be, let's say, professional, guys, because trades will happen each day. So this is what I see on euro dollar, and of course, if it drops more, 1780, there we could actually see some of setups for buy trade. It's this zone here, okay, where the price already rejected in the past. It's close to weekly L4 level. So euro dollar, this is what I see on euro dollar. So yes, I will sell it, of course, but I need to see more rejections, guys. More retracement. Pound dollar, uptrend on pound dollar. We saw a drop today, but generally speaking, pound dollar is still up. And you see on pound dollar, even though now 4 hour is bearish, I don't trade now moment. I am actually waiting for retracement. So I would like to see a bigger drop. So I made a small typo. I will correct it. On pound dollar, I want to see it lower at 33.85. So I will just correct this, guys, this slide. 33.85 is 33.85 is the zone. 33.50, and the target is, yes, if it gets there, 35.60. Now I still expect that volatility will be present in the GBP crosses, especially because of these negotiations. So according to trend, this is what we could see. But again, guys, it's mostly coming from higher time frames. So we need to be careful. Higher time frames, such as weekly chart, suggest, you see, MACD is blue, just crossing blue, and these are all bullish candles. So probably we will see a trade on retracement in 4 hour. But I want to see there, 33.80-85 here. If we see it here, then I will be going long. So I still need to see, because this, you see this low has been broken here. So I want to see it more to the downside within this price action zone, rejecting straight from weekly L3. You know, guys, weekly L3 and weekly H3 are usually tested during the week. So I want to see it there, and then it could be a nice new trade setup. Okay. Now, regarding Australian dollar, we will have some news, guys. You need to be careful on Australian dollar. Always watch out for possible news. This is what I see, but please take into account possible news that will happen in Asian market. Strong data coming in, so be careful if you trade this. Australian dollar is mostly like ranging pair, so we have buy and sell trades. Positional buy trades 75.60, 75.30 stop, TP 76.50, and sell is 76.50, stop loss 76.90, TP 75.80. So you need to be careful, really, because Australian dollar is, as I say, it's bullish. It's very bullish, okay? But still, it's not like it will last forever, especially on this news. Watch this candle, guys. This is strong Marubozu candle. And today, it was pure bullishness. But the range is low, only 49 pips. So, dropping down, guys, here you see retracement and possible buy around 75.60. We had some buy trades today, but again, I didn't trade it. It's very low range. I cannot really lose my time with taking 10, 15 pips just from this nonsense range. So obviously the price is waiting. So I want to see a bigger drop and then spike, or it could be a sell from 76.50. So again, it's weekly H3. It hasn't been tested this week. So this is what I see on Australian dollar side. Dollar CAD, downtrend. I would like to sell on dollar CAD. I think we could see a rejection. Okay. Daily time frame is big down, big bullish, bearish candle, guys, Marubozu. And MACD. 4 hour is retracing. The price has made a low, but then the price now is making a higher high compared to previous high here. It's trying to retrace. That is also indicated by thinning MACD. And 1 hour. 1 hour, guys, I want to see a bigger retracement. I want to see a bigger retracement towards 27.30 to 45. You see, this is weekly H3. I like these guys' trades with multiple time frame analysis. These are my own methods to trade. And especially because Camarilla MACD uses customized indicators, and all of this is really, really, I mean, I invested a lot of time in this. And you see here, basically, it's very, 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 it's like huge confluence. Weekly H3, ATR pivot, these lines, retracements here. This is dynamic zone, blue and red lines. And yeah, here I expect some possible rejection. But as I say, I want to see a deeper pullback. We want to see, guys, a pullback, a deeper pullback. We cannot just sell because the price is, we need to wait for a better price. And possibly 26.30 could be a buy trade. It is close to weekly L3, guys, and we still need to see a retest, right, of weekly L3 and weekly H3. These are important levels. And pound yen. 151.20, buy, stop 149.80, TP 143.50, and sell there. Now I would like to see a bigger drop on pound yen, because we already saw a drop today. The gap is closed technically today, so we can say that the gap is closed. You see, it's like a couple of pips. I can say it's closed, but trend on pound yen turned bearish on 4 hour time frame. So we might see another sell, and maybe we will see a continuation of this sell pretty much during the Asian session. But I'm paying attention to 151.20. Again, this could be good for buying, but guys, if you go with a buy trade, you need to protect your profits, guys. And yes, Ilya, tomorrow is Fed rate decision. Until what time you can trade safe? Yes, 1 hour before Fed, indeed. So that is why I'm saying I would like to see these setups happen before it. And if you're in this trade, protect your profits. It will be very important, guys, to protect your profits. If you take a long trade, not just because of Fed, but because market turned bearish at this point. Be very careful, guys, okay? But you see it's dropping now, so I expect more drop, but let's see. I don't know what will happen, but definitely this is bearish. Now we just need to see whether the price will reject there or it will go down. I intentionally put higher target because, guys, for me at this point, it's still too low to trade like positional trade. All of these, you see, MACD is still above zero, only 4-hour third bearish, so it gives me the cue that it could drop more. But as I say, if you trade with 150, 120, you need to protect your profits here if you go long. So watch for that level. Could be an Asia retest and then fresh buyers could come in, but not sure that that can spike price with a huge extent. If something happens and yen drops, then we will see a huge spike. But if not, pound yen could continue more to the downside. Be careful, guys. Andy is asking, do you ever use trailing stops? Yes, Andy, but you know how I use it. Let's say that I went long here and my stop loss was here, for example. I see profits. What I do, I just move my stop loss here. This is how I do it. It's called profit stopping. And I'm very fond of using profit stops. That is how I made pips on dollar yen today. By securing the half of my trade for 15 pips and then putting the rest to break even. I mean, it's my own way of trade management. I like it, honestly, because, guys, I'm trading intraday. Sometimes I can trade 3 or 4 times per day, so I'm really fond of these profit stops. Bob is asking about dollar yen. Yeah, dollar yen. What does it tell me, my dashboard? Yeah, daily is bullish. It's still bullish, guys, on dollar yen. And 4-hour could possibly have a retracement. Yes, there is a retracement. 1 hour dropping. So I would go long maybe. But as I say here, maybe around this spot where the gap is. So we might see a drop, Bob, on dollar yen. And I would like to see the gap closed. Because in my opinion, tax cuts are basically priced in the market. So I would like to see down and then bang, straight rejection. Okay? So yes, Bob, this could be a possible buy trade, but really I need to see gap closed. I mean, I don't like to see this open. It's not like we are trading stock markets. This is Forex market. On Forex market, when something happens, it happens really with a reason. And this happened due to dollar strength yesterday, or I can say a new English word, yesternight, right? When, when the US Senate actually approved tax cuts. So this gap should be closed. Really. But I don't know if it will happen, when it will happen. But if it does, I'm long here. But I don't know. Maybe I will be sleeping then. I would like to see it like a market order more than a pending order. It's, I don't like to have any trades while I'm sleeping unless I'm protecting my profits. Usually during Asia session, my trades are either in small profit or they're closed, so in a loss. So that is why I like to, if I trade Asian session, I like to put a profit stop. Only then I can go to sleep. Other than that, guys, I don't trade Asian session. I trade London, I trade New York. It's really enough for me. So basically, this was it. Navin is asking how many candles do you analyze to determine if the market is ranging, trending, or up, down. I just watched the chart, and I have my own dashboard. This dashboard is part of my own method, Camarilla MACD. So I'm watching the chart. But also, if I see that market is going like this, for example, like this, up, down, I don't need anything. This is ranging market. Really, this is ranging market. Up, down, up, down, up, down. So because of that, I can say that you can do it visually, or you can use some other tools to detect if market is ranging. I also see trend in forms of zigzag, not the indicator, but you see it's a low, this is high. This is higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. When market is making a thrust pullback motion, then I know that it's a trend. But I also have for trend my Camarilla MACD dashboard. And I'm very proud of it, really, it's excellent. Paul is asking, could we set an alarm to wake us up and get some pips? I don't know, I don't do it, Paul. You know why? Because I tend to get up a bit early in the morning. And honestly, guys, I go to sleep very late. Very, very late. And it's like I'm sleeping for 5-6 hours per day. It's not much. And I really cannot be bothered to be woken up by alarm to tell me that it's a trading time. I prefer to be fresh for the market. Ilya is asking, where is the T89? I'm showing Camarilla MACD template, Ilya, and on this template, we don't need it, particularly because everything is automated here. I pulled up this template just for this session recap because I didn't have a lot of time to prepare the analysis with my standard template. And I did this, and I already have everything here incorporated. You can add T89, but have in mind that T89 is used mostly for rejection, Ilya, for rejections. So, like, if we add T89 like this, we will be using it mostly for rejections. But you see, it's very good in a confluence with price zone indicator, this one, and you see. So usually like this is T89, but you know, it's not like I'm doing T89 setup, so I'm giving some pending orders possible. But you can add it, of course. Marco is saying that euro dollar and pound dollar have positive correlation. Well, Marco, are you sure that everything is very, very positive? I'm not sure that you should be very, very sure, because pound dollar, and I will show you right now. Just give me a few seconds. I need to open a real account here, and I will show you mini terminal. No, it's correlation. Watch this. Euro dollar and pound dollar have only plus 29 because of the drop, because of the news. But if you go to 50, okay, it's higher. But as long as you see, it's higher. But on intraday time frame, it's much lower, 29. This is what I use on intraday time frames. So this is neutral. You don't see the screen. Sorry, this is neutral, you see? H1 200 bars. It's neutral. It's like correlation has been lost because of this big drop on pound dollar, and euro dollar stayed mostly the same. Now, if you go with 4-hour 200 bars, it's big correlation. If you go with 500 bars, you see it's still neutral. If you go with 25 bars, it's high. But for intraday trading, it's 200, sorry. You see, it's 29. So this could be a trade based on the POC zones. Sell here, buy there, and here, buy here, sell there. But you see where sell is, 3,560. 3,560. It really needs to get there. It's not close, so this is where I will sell. It's a big confluence here. Big confluence. And this could be a counter trend trade. But now it looks like it could go more to the downside. And you see it's like a rejection here. And 4-hour time frame also bearish. So yeah, we could see a rejection also. So let's see what the market will do. Yes, Brexit negotiations. Yeah, the correlation has been lost also because of Euro GBP. Yes, and Brexit negotiations, a lot of factors have been priced in. Indeed, I agree. So, no, I watch for Matrix, Marco, I watch both. I watch daily, I watch all these colors. But it's not important that I explain about Matrix now because it's the part of Camarilla MACD, and this is not Camarilla MACD webinar, this is session recap. So I always want to align these time frames. Yes, Ilya, today was a bit hectic day. Really up, down all the day. So yeah. Nicola is asking T89 on 1 hour or T89 on 4 hour. It depends which time frame you use. For intraday, it's 1 hour. For hard time frames, like swing trade, like intra-week swings, you can do on 4 hour. But it depends what you want to use the T89. The question: how are these ATR calculated? These ATR pivots are part of my own indicator, so they are calculated by a specific algorithm that calculates these specific pivot points. ATR, indeed. Yes, guys, it's ATR indicator. Okay, so let me roll the slides once more. Please, guys, be very careful. Okay. The question: do you use the symbol information for trend and momentum on mini terminal? I don't use it because I have my own dashboard. But you can, it depends, Albert. If you use a specific system that does not tell you which kind of trend you have, is it a strong trend or is it retracement, then you can use, of course, you can use mini terminal. But my own Camarilla MACD is dependent only on its own indicators. But if you don't have it, yes, I advise you to use mini terminal for trend and momentum. But as I say, my Camarilla MACD, it's the method, it's a standalone method, completely standalone. This is dollar CAD and this is the GBPN. So guys, thank you for your questions. I hope that we will have some pips. Please be very careful and do not trade during the Fed. Try to close all your trades 1 hour prior to Fed meeting. You should protect your profits. Thank you guys for listening. I will be with you soon, guys. As always, guys, cheers and trade safe.